So will this end peacefully? According to experts who know the minds of people like Desi Freeman, it's unlikely. He's a so-called sovereign citizen, a conspiracy theorist who believes all police and governments are evil. Dr. Josh Roos studies extremists and was an expert witness at the William inquest, a similar ambush in Queensland which claimed the lives of another 2 police officers. He joins me now. Josh, what sort of radicalised individual are we dealing with here, and how likely is it to end peacefully?
This individual is likely to be highly ideologically motivated. Not only has he engaged police, he's then taken off with weapons. And to that extent, resistance may well be part of the point here. The fact that he is evading capture, he may well pop up and re-engage police or seek to flee the area entirely and remain at large. So we're talking about someone who isn't going to give up and lay down their weapon.
So you were an expert witness at the William inquest and 2 police officers were killed in that ambush too, but you say this is different. How?
William Bella, a lot of people have said that William Bella was carried out by sovereign citizens. It wasn't. One of the individuals engaged with sovereign citizen ideology, experimented with it and found it wasn't for him. It wasn't active enough. And they were Christian apocalyptic sort of premillennial dispensationalists, meaning that they thought the end times were imminent. In this case, this individual adopts an ideology that's extremely anti-government. He has a deep hatred of not only government but of police, and he views the government as illegitimate. And in that context, he's waging a war against the government.
Yeah, I mean, because when ACCA first met Desi Freeman 6 years ago, he seemed like a quiet, ordinary guy, but locals say he went down a rabbit hole during the pandemic, and that's not a unique story.
No, we know that the pandemic accelerated a lot of individuals' journeys and radicalisation processes. People were spending inordinate amounts of time online, engaging with like-minded people, not only nationally but internationally, and being exposed to extremist ideologies. And integrating those into their own situation. We know that sovereign citizens and people attracted to that narrative are often at the margins of society, believe themselves to be disempowered, and are looking for something to give their life purpose.
I mean, we get emails from these types of people quite regularly. I'm guessing you probably do too, but like, you know, complaining that medicines are evil, judges, our Prime Minister, there is so much hatred. Do you have any idea how many there are in Australia, and are they well organised? Do they talk to each other online?
Yeah, we know that they're highly, reasonably organised and they do talk to each other online. There is no central hierarchy to the sovereign citizen movements. There's no one leader. That makes them difficult to put a number to. We know that one of the more benign organisations that represents themselves as community-focused, nonetheless are sovereign citizens, has about 25 to 30,000 members nationally on their Facebook pages. But if we're talking about sovereign citizens and smaller groups, we're probably talking at least several thousand.
I know that they're now on ASIO's radar and the AFP is tracking them, but how real is the threat moving forward?
We're talking about highly ideologically motivated people. In their world, in the sovereign citizen world, the government is not only evil but malevolent and seeking to enslave the people. They view themselves as having freed themselves from that slavery and effectively are battling the government in every way possible, be it interactions in the street, be it attempting to prosecute people. This individual attempted to prosecute Victorian Premier. And we know that, that they're not giving up and they're not going away. And we know in the context of the driving factors, including marginalisation, increased socioeconomic inequalities in regional areas and outer suburban areas, and the challenges that poses, that we're likely to see growth in these movements for the foreseeable future, and they're dynamic. They're not going to all of a sudden become peaceable.
I think once you go down this rabbit hole and your mind is that warped, I don't know how you come back from that. But just very quickly before you go, do you think other sovereign citizens, as they call themselves, will see him as a hero because of this?
It's highly likely that some, at least some, will draw inspiration from this. We know that this is an international phenomenon. We know that there's been many cases of violent and deadly contact with police overseas. And they haven't gone away. We know that in the Australian context, online, there are at least some people praising this individual.
Well, look, I think we can all agree he's no hero. He is a coward. Thanks so much for your time, Josh. Appreciate it.
Thank you.